Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I got some requests to do this video after last night's late night breaking news from one of our summoners. It's still undetermined. I can't imagine that a whole lot of summoners were given this opportunity for this login calendar. And I know. And I saw the comments. I said it in the video. But I realized, like, quite frankly, a lot of my videos can be used as a comment thread for people, and that's it. They don't actually watch them, which I do appreciate everybody who watches every second, or at least some minutes of my videos, because it sucks to work so hard and then have nobody watch. But, you know, YouTube, it's one of those things. Like, it's a free will kind of thing, you know? You can watch it all, you can watch none of it. That's kind of the beauty of it. So, I did a video, and I'm going to go ahead and darken the screen real quick because I need to pull up the aforementioned calendar. Basically, we have ourselves a situation where a few summoners got this in-game message. Greetings, summoner. You have shown to be one of the strongest in the contest, but others have started to overtake you in your absence. Do you have what it takes to reign supreme? Prove yourself by collecting the rewards provided from a limited time calendar that I've provided and use them to push your champions further. It always amazes me about this kind of calendar because if the player hasn't logged in several weeks or even several months, I wonder if the calendar doesn't trigger until Kabam senses that they've logged in again. Because if you give somebody a October 20th calendar, like this was yesterday, keep in mind, he sent this to me yesterday because today's the 21st, and he got it yesterday when he logged back in for whatever reason. If you were to give somebody the calendar on the 20th, but let's say they don't log in until like November 2nd, well, then you've just missed the entire calendar. So you'd think they have to wait for somebody to log in, which is a fascinating strategy, marketing-wise. And that calendar was mostly trash. He's a Paragon player. I haven't heard from any Thronebreakers who saw this. Doesn't mean they haven't seen this. And some people have also noted something that I think is important, worth discussing, and that's that we're about to get 7 stars next month. Well, not next month. Next spring. Next year. Next calendar year. So, a 6-star crystal, it's not a Nexus, though somebody also commented a really good point, because we've seen this all the time on videos that are a similar marketing pattern, that people who open that day 7 crystal just miraculously, who would have thought it? They usually get somebody like Doom or Apocalypse. Katie Candy hadn't played the game in a long time, opened her free Nexus crystal out of compensation rewards back months ago and pulled the best Nexus she's ever seen. This is not coincidence. This is not a mystery. Kabam owns the patent to every single algorithm that they have in the game. They own a patent to every single bit of code that they offer in the game, and they know that spenders who are going to chase the new featured 6-star and could spend thousands, literally, of real dollars to acquire them, if they continue to not give them that champion, they will be incentivized to give more. Whereas if they give them that champion in the first, say, 100 crystals, they may stop spending. Which is why the irony is so many people forever have thought that Kabam rewards people who spend the most, but I actually think it's the opposite in many cases. They actually reward people who don't spend much at all, not just in this case, but in others, because they know they want to maximize their chance to get something out of those players. And if their budget's only 50 bucks or 100 bucks, they want to get that full 50 or 100. And if it's 1,000 or 2,000, well, now we're talking about something completely different. So all of that's to say that there's no selector in this calendar, but you all have said, Prof, Kabam is giving this week to people at a time where they still, with Battlegrounds season rewards, have yet to send the replacement Tier 5 class Catalyst. Now, what's interesting is, I said to myself, I'm not going to do a follow-up video unless we get to Friday, the end, quote-unquote, of the calendar week, and we still have not seen that in players' in-game inboxes, because for those of you who were ready in the last level up event to take a champion to, say, rank 3 or even rank 4, and your only missing piece was that Tier 5 class Catalyst, well, now we are in a position where, believe it or not, we have another level up event to, say, take, let's say if I want to take a name today, right? We have another level up event today, and at the time of recording this, 5 hours and change, we have yet to see whether or not that item will be here. And Kabam said, the reason why I'm making this, and the reason why I waited till Friday, by the end of this week, players should have it. And I do read that as Friday. But maybe they're saying, actually, our work week is Sunday, and you've got another 2 days. I have no idea. I have no idea what their definition of a week is. I know we've seen in the past that sometimes they go, oh, did we say this week? Our bad, we meant next week. But I get the frustration, particularly because those players who haven't received what they earned and played for logging into the game and playing Lord knows X amount of hours in fights and battlegrounds are seeing the news that some players who didn't log in at all for X amount of time were given a free calendar. And now, again, I think that might be like 1% of the player base, but I still think it's worth reporting on it to know that that's what's going on. Kabam doesn't want us to do it. They always say when somebody puts that in a forum post, we are not at liberty to discuss private offers with other people. And while I get why they would say that, they don't control my channel, and that's why I like to report news that they don't always like, because I am not some kind of public relations wing for their company. I am an independent reporter. There you go, YouTube. Good luck. It better be here today. That's all I'm saying, or else people have a reason to complain and maybe even ask for more. And by the way, I don't get these rewards, so I'm not saying this for my selfish reasons. I'm saying this on behalf of the player base.